So we all love our TV and movie characters and run to the theatres whenever a new South African film comes out. But beyond the entertainment value, do we know how else the sector actually contributes to our livelihoods? So this morning at the Nelson Mandela Foundation, the National Film and Video Foundation will release the results of their economic impact assessment of the South African film industry, which will be really interesting. The Chief Executive Officer of the NFVF, Zama Mkhosi, joins us in studio to discuss. So good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Always a pleasure.
So, I mean, this is an interesting survey to have because I don't know if we ever look into that, the economic impacts and how it impacts people's lives. So, you know, talk to us firstly about the work that the NFVF does.
Yeah, the NFVF is an agency of the Department of Arts and Culture, and our key mandate is to promote and develop the film industry. And the way that we do this, we play across the film value chain, from the developing the industry in terms of the research that we've done. We fund also the development of the sector, but we also fund productions, and we promote the marketing and distribution of South African films.
So now we've got this report that's going to be released this morning. Is this a report that happens all the time? Is it an annual report?
It is not an annual report. We do it every 3 years.
Okay.
We last released it in 2013. So this year we stretched the period to a 4-year period.
Right.
And because we can't do it every year. But it is an important study because it measures the impact of the film and television industry.
So I'm excited to hear the results of them because, I mean, I believe that the quality of our films, the amount of films that are coming out have increased substantially since the last time you did this. So how are we looking? What are some of the key results?
There is key improvements in the industry. The trends, what it's showing us, firstly, is that the employment opportunities that are created by the film industry, those are increasing significantly. Last time we were looking at over 2,000 jobs being created, and this time we're looking at over 21,000 jobs that are being created. That is amazing. That is a good stat to look at. But also, if you look at the contribution in terms of the amount contributed into the GDP, this time we are looking at over 5 billion being contributed by the South African film industry into the South African economy.
Now, when we talk about the contribution, is this through ticket sales? Is it through distribution? How do we calculate that?
It is through the production work, because that is the manufacturing side of the film industry, so to speak. So the productions that are happening, you find that they're increasing in number. So there is more South African productions taking place, and more those productions happen, then more people are employed, more companies stay in business for a longer period.
It's absolutely amazing because the quality of our films are also improving on a daily basis. I mean, I was telling you just recently the film that I went to go and see. I actually took my children, it was during the holidays in the morning, and I went to go and see Beyond the River. And it had to be one of the most superb movies. I'm not saying a South African movie, I'm saying one of the most superb movies I have seen. And to be able to compare ourselves to our international counterparts, it's very, very difficult when you're looking at Hollywood budgets versus South African film budget.
And the South African industry has done an amazing job in that regard, because what they've done over the years is that they're starting to make movies that resonate with their audiences, and that is very important. And because the NFVF a few years ago came out with another study that measured the audience as to what the audience want, and we shared that study with the industry, and that study has informed in many ways how the industry writes and how the industry responds to what the audience wants. And the audience has responded positively if we look at the numbers of the audiences watching South African films in the box office.
Give me a glimpse into that. How is it doing? Because we always beg people, especially on that opening weekend, go and see this movie. Please, we need the numbers, we need the numbers. How are we looking? Is it increasing? Is it going well?
It is increasing, and the exhibitors are coming on board, albeit it's still a challenge because obviously they also have their own business imperatives, but they have been supporting the South African films in terms of putting them in more screens and allowing them more time, you know, for word of mouth to spread, so that more South Africans can go and watch once they've heard how the film does in box office. But what is encouraging is that those South African films are speaking for themselves. We do not have to go around lobbying and begging people to go watch, but the quality is speaking for itself.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think more of a realization of just by going and watching these local films, how you are helping other people live their livelihoods, because it's an industry, as you say, that is employing so many people. It's creating jobs, livelihoods, and it's growing, and it's getting better and stronger.
And that is the key reason as to why NFVF does this study, because we want to educate South Africans about the film industry. We want to show that the film industry is not just about its entertainment value, but it is a business. We need to attract investment into the film industry, because many people who live their passion from the industry also need to make a living out of it. And we are already contributing significantly to the economy of this country.
Is this study, which is commissioned by
the
you,
NFVF,
by the way, is this just in the movie industry, or does this focus on basically production in general?
We this time around, we added film and television, productions.
As well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it was found that feature films as well as documentaries make up 27% of the productions, and animation is still trailing way behind with just 3% of the productions in South Africa. It is a growing trend internationally, but because of the high barriers to entry, the animation side of the sector is growing very slowly in South Africa.
So, as we say, you commissioned this. Are the results for your sole benefit, or is this generally an industry study that the results will be available to the industry?
They are definitely not for the NFVF sole responsibility, because otherwise we will not be living to our mandate.
Yeah.
Our mandate is to empower the industry. We are making this study available to the industry so that they can have a look at the study and come up with strategies and programs that respond to what is real in the industry. We do not want people making decisions out of anecdotal information. They must make decisions based on accurate information as to the real state of the industry.
Yeah. Just on another note, in February this year, your organization, you held conversations with the SABC about transformation in the industry.
Yes.
How is it going? Anything coming out of it? I know that it's a bit of a tough time at the SABC with a lot of changes taking place. But
yes.
In terms of your discussions, have you seen anything coming out of it?
Well, transformation remains a key challenge for the industry, and unfortunately it is a challenge that if it is not tackled head on, it will also contribute to the slow growth of the industry, which is very unfortunate, because there is still great potential in our country and in the industry which is not yet tapped into. And the NFVF is really going to play an even more significant role in terms of challenging the industry towards accelerating transformation for the sector.
All right, so Zama, we can get those findings on your website? Or
we can definitely get them on our website, which is nfvf.co.za.
Excellent. Thanks for talking to us.
It's
Good
always
luck
a
being
pleasure.
released today. Will it be at the Nelson Mandela Foundation?
Yes, we are being hosted by the Nelson Mandela Foundation.
Fantastic. Zama Mkhosi is the CEO of the National Film and Video Foundation. Let's take a break here on the program. News after this. Do stay tuned.